What's up, social media? So, I want to go over some gut health stuff. I had a patient yesterday that came in, and she came in and had all kinds of gut issues with a colostomy bag and everything else. And it's came from an inability to utilize fat. So we analyzed her genetics, and what happened is she had a lot of FADS genes and a lot of pank enzyme genes. So she was not shuttling the nutrients from fats into the Krebs cycle to utilize for energy. And what was happening is it was backing down the CBS BHMT pathway. So it's backing down this different enzyme pathway, converting to ammonia. And she didn't have enough glutathione, number one, to neutralize that ammonia. But the other thing is that it ended up converting into peroxynitrate and causing a ton of gut damage. So, oftentimes you can look at nitric oxide pathway and things like that to neutralize that. But her one sole problem just was that she wasn't metabolizing fats, and that's where it comes in play. Like, you guys that are trying to manipulate your macros, and you're trying to do high fat diets and low carb diets, you think you're carb sensitive. It's not always the case. We got to look at your genetics. And so in that case, she didn't get it handled soon enough, and now she has a colostomy bag and she's got all these problems. And you can do an organic acid test and double check this stuff too. It's not just looking at your genetics. I mean, it gives us a good window, but we can actually back it up with the urine test and see, what kind of metabolic byproduct do we have? Do we have an excess amount of ammonia? And that would convert into peroxynitrate. So you can prevent a lot of these things if you actually look at your DNA, and you can put together a proper macronutrient plan for you for your diet to build more muscle, to accelerate fat loss, to have more energy, to improve your sleep. All these things are possible. So I encourage you to get your 23andme.com, bring it into the office. I'll go through it all. I'll analyze it. I'll break down the genetic coding, because 23andMe just gives you a start. They basically don't give you anything that's helpful. They tell you a predisposition for this disease, but we can actually prevent those things and sometimes turn things around. People who don't sleep, people who are chronically fatigued with digestive problems. There's so many different things that can go into digestive problems. I mean, you can go into histamine, you can go into peroxynitrate, you can go into NADPH steel. There's a lot of different things we can look at that may be leading into your gut health. So I encourage you to get that 23andme.com, bring it to the office. You can look me up on protouchrehab.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Dr. Steve Spencer.